Hi, I'm Captain Rob Hawkins with the Indianola Police Department. Today we want to talk about some drone safety awareness tips, as today is part of Drone Safety Awareness Day sponsored by the FAA. Tip number one, make sure you register your drone through the FAA.
Tip number two, follow FAA's operating requirements and certificate requirements. This means if you're flying for any reason other than recreational, you need to be Part 107 certified through the FAA.
Tip number three, go ahead and make sure you fly your drone at or below 400 feet. FAA regulations through Part 107 require that remote UAS pilots keep their aircraft below 400 feet to make sure that we don't interfere with other aircraft that might be operating in the area.
Tip number four, do not fly in controlled airspace around and above many airports unless you have received authorization from the FAA.
Tip number five, do not fly in airspace where drones are prohibited. So think of airports, sporting events, things of that nature where there's a lot of people.
Tip number six, keep your drone within your line of sight or within the visual line of sight of a visual observer who is co-located in direct communication with you.
Tip number seven, never fly your aircraft within an airport boundary or within sight of other aircraft. Always yield your drone to other aircraft.
Tip number eight, never fly over groups of people, public events, or stadiums full of people.
Tip number nine, never fly near emergencies such as accidents, fire scenes, situations where first responders are conducting operations.
Tip number 10, never fly under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Tip number 11, always respect other people's privacies when you're operating your drone. Even though you may be flying for enjoyment or recreational purposes, someone else might feel like it's an invasion of their privacy. So always take care to ensure that you're being respectful of other people's privacy. By following these safety tips, you can go out and have a safe and enjoyable experience flying your drone.